Virgo. I hope you guys are doing well. Welcome, welcome to your reading with me, Lucy. So this is for Virgo, Sun, Moon, or Rising. I've already pulled some oracle cards, and we're gonna get into the tarot together here on camera. Virgo, I really love your energy. You're my last reading that I'm doing today. And Capricorn's reading was really heavy. Um, Not gonna lie, that was real heavy and hard to describe with words in the English language or any language, I'm sure. Your reading, at least from this point, seems a little more straightforward, and I'm just gonna show it to you. You've got coming to life. If you look at this card, it looks like she's been set as a statue, like set in cement. I feel like you're breaking the mold, but more like breaking out of your own patterns, breaking out of your own routines. And you see that like blue light that she's holding. There could be something about the blue flame. I'm hearing blue or sacred flame. You are you are being highlighted right now because the where the nodes are in Pisces and Virgo as well. So I'm sure that you've been feeling this kind of inspiration for change or this desire for something in your life. And I feel like you're feeling those stirrings. You're feeling that like need to do something, need for change. And the butterfly here, like you're coming out of your chrysalis, out of your cocoon. You've been going through a metamorphosis. She's even wearing a corset, and corsets are about restraint. So it's like coming out of a period of feeling restrained, like there was a lack of movement. You've got also here, and it made me think of it because they've both got these beautiful butterflies on these cards. You've got soul retrieval, and like there's this green stone here, and the green talks about your heart chakra, but there's this blue whatever it is, like looks like water to me coming off of this green stone, which makes me think of this. You're retrieving a part of yourself, but it's like retrieving your innocence, your joy, which may have maybe not been extinguished, but maybe suppressed. Like I said, restrained. You've got many paths, and you have the eagle. So it's funny because, I mean, I'm an American, obviously. I know not all of you will probably be American, but the eagle to me represents freedom. In this deck, it represents a new beginning, a beautiful new beginning. And it talks about making new decisions, taking new paths, and you have many paths here. This card in this deck, I don't know if it's, I don't think it's traditionally seen as this way in this deck, or at least I think I'm just a little bit more blunt than the way they write cards in decks. But I mean, there are many paths to the grave, right? Like death is inevitable, but we all take a certain path. So you can take many paths to the grave, but do you want to take one that makes you happy, that's a little bit different than what most people do, that's a bit more adventurous, a little bit more exciting, something that lights you up a bit more? Or do you want to take the path that's safe, and is what is expected of you? You know what I mean? That kind of energy is coming through, and I'm getting that that's not what you want to do. I guess that depends on how much fear and anxiety you have, Virgo. But there's this new beginning. It almost feels like the Ace of Pentacles with the eagle. Like there's this new opportunity, this new beginning, but it's about changing your routines, your patterns, to go on this new path. Yeah, the Knight of Wands, which is like a great adventure, going off the beaten path. Two of Swords, Eight of Swords, self-imposed restrictions. Negative thoughts, feeling powerless because of your thoughts, your thought patterns. We've also got the Page of Cups. There's that opportunity. We've got the Lovers underneath the deck, which is the card of the choice. There's something about your own self-discovery, discovering a part of yourself. Like I said, there's a soul retrieval. You're retrieving a part of yourself, but with retrieving that part of yourself comes discovery. Maybe discovering a part of yourself that you didn't know was there, but was always there. And it's a retrieval of it. Something like that. I feel like, Virgo, there is this desire, there's this energy, there's this momentum to ride this inspiration, to see where it takes you. I feel like your mind could be getting in your way, could be causing you some limitations, making you feel a little bit confined and like you can't do that. So, but there is this like your imagination. Your imagination is so important. It's so important for all of us, and I feel like we don't use it as much as we used to, because now we've got phones to keep our minds busy, and we scroll on YouTube and Instagram and TikTok, and there's just not as much use of our not inspiration. Maybe there's not enough use of our inspiration. Maybe we're being lazy, but there's not enough imagination anymore, and like curiosity. I'm just getting this like squashed, but I feel like there's an end coming here, like a transformation. I'm getting more of like the Death card, because you're making a choice to kind of go after this childlike energy, retrieving this part of yourself and going down this new path. This could surprise people in your life. I feel like when I say you're breaking the mold, I feel like it's more so that you are not doing what people expect from you. Yeah, we've got the Three of Cups and the King of Wands. The King of Wands is a visionary. It's somebody that goes after their desires. We've got the Three of Cups here too, so there's something about connecting with other people. You could be a leader within a group. That could be something as well. Maybe you're becoming the leader of a group, and that's something that you never saw yourself doing, is being a leader. Maybe you didn't think you had the confidence, or that people would listen to you. Yeah, I even have the Emperor underneath the deck. You also could be part of this group, and there could be a King of Wands who is helping you. Yeah, I've got the Two of Cups, which is a partnership. I've got the Seven of Pentacles and the Four of Pentacles. So I feel like there's a partnership, Virgo, that is inspiring you to look at the way that you do things. Look at your patterns. Look at the way that you are doing things in your life. Where maybe you're holding on to things, maybe where you're being a little bit stubborn, and to kind of see like what is sustainable, what is not, what is rewarding, what is not, and where are you holding on? Where are you just holding on and trying to have control for control's sake? And where are you rooted in security and you want to have those roots, right? Give me more on this King of Wands. We've got the Nine of Cups and the Four of Swords. You're healing something in the Page of Swords. You are healing something around your satisfaction, your wish fulfillment, right? Even with that Four of Swords, did I say Four of Swords or Four of Wands? It's a restoration. And I said you're having like a soul retrieval. You're healing, you're restoring something within you that has to do with your desires, your wish fulfillment. And the Page of Swords, this is a very curious, inquisitive energy. It's about learning and exploring. And when you look at the Page of Swords with the Four of Swords, there's this dreamer energy, this imagination, dreamer type energy. I really like this. Give me more on the eagle. The new beginning, the new opportunity for Virgo. Yeah, the Page of Wands. That's that free-spirited, follow your inspiration, your curiosity kind of energy. Strength and the Ten of Wands. So, of course, you have responsibilities, right? In your life that you have to take care of. But I'm just getting that you're gonna be able to go towards what it is that you want. You have the resilience. You have, even if it is like a little bit of a struggle at first, even if, it takes energy, it takes time, you have to be in responsibility. I feel like it's temporary. With strength being here, that talks about your inner resilience. It talks about your bravery, your inner strength. And with the Page of Wands, your excitement for something. Yes, it may feel for a period of time like you have more responsibilities, like you have a lot on your plate. But let's see. Give me more on this Ten of Wands. Yeah, Temperance and the Seven of Cups. Don't try to do too much at once. Take your time. Be patient. You don't have to do everything all in a day, right? I feel like that's what stops a lot of people in regards to going towards what they desire or achieving a goal. They want it overnight. They want it yesterday, right? They feel like when they've put some work in, it's like if you don't get results fast enough, if there's just something about today's society and wanting instant gratification, because we see, I mean, just in regards to what we see like online or with even celebrities or anything, it's almost like that person is famous overnight. Of course that didn't happen overnight, and that person has been, I'm sure, putting a lot of work in for a really long time. And when it comes to like YouTubers, for instance, like those people have been, they had to make a lot of videos before something took off. Just like people who play sports, they've had to, work their bodies for so long to be able to go and do and compete and be able to do the things that they do, and be successful at it for a long time. Like, and that's not something that you just, once you get to a certain point, you can really cut back on what you're giving. Like, I don't know why it's coming through in these really big ways in your reading. Say you want to, I don't know, say you wanted to start your own business and you want to sell candles. I don't know, candles are coming through. you're not going to be able to make, like, the average person is not going to have the money to make like 5,000 candles and keep them in their home and then start selling them. You're going to have to probably like get some orders and then make them as the orders come in, and then you'll start picking up more customers as you advertise and people hear about how good your product is, and then you'll start pre-making candles and orders, right? Because you'll have a variety, and if you might make 5 of the, I don't know, it's winter time, so like you might make like an evergreen candle or something like that, but you end up selling like a bunch of candy cane candles, and then you've got all these left over, and then winter's over and nobody wants to buy those. Like, you don't want that to happen when you're starting out in a business. There's just something about the logistics, even because I've got all these 7s coming out. There's something about the logistics of it. And with temperance, adaptability and taking your time and going with the flow. And it's like she's taking this water and pouring it from cup to cup. There's a balance that's going on there, right? So I feel like the candle analogy is good. Of course, that's not probably not your situation. It's just an analogy, but I feel like that sums it up pretty well. Yeah, you got the 2, the 3 of Wands underneath the deck, 2 and 3 of Wands. It's about making plans, and then taking action on those plans, and then, looking towards the future after you see the progress that you make. You're going to make progress, Virgo, towards your dreams, towards what it is that you want. And there is support here, for sure. There's definitely people that will support you. And you're regaining a piece of yourself, a part of yourself that maybe you miss, or maybe you never knew you had. This is really nice, Virgo. I am sending you lots of love, wishing you all the best. Until next time, bye.